Welcome to Light the Path, the podcast that brings you inspiring stories of courage, strength, and faith. Listen in as we explore how God's love and grace can inspire and motivate us to overcome life's challenges and light the path forward.
Hello, Pathfinders. How are you and you and you and you? Thank you so much for joining a bonus episode of Light the Path podcast. And I am so elated. I hope I don't get to crying, okay? This special bonus episode, you are thoroughly going to enjoy just like every other episode. So make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. And if you're listening on audio, go ahead and hit the subscribe, follow button so that way you'll be notified each and every time that a new episode is released. But it is International Women's Day. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. But listen, that's not even the exciting part. The exciting part is it's been 1 year since the release of Abba's Daughters. She's still cute. She's still good looking. Now, if you're on audio, you are missing this good looking book, but I know you got it. Go ahead, dust her off. It's International Women's Day, and I have some of the contributing authors here to talk about, to catch up, a reunion of sorts, what's going on, everything like that. But first, I have to bring up the visionary, my sister cuz, Rashaunda Marie.
Hey. Listen, I had to play it. Anniversary.
Ow.
It's our anniversary.
Yes. Oh, can you believe it's been 1 year?
It's been awesome. I've been enjoying seeing the photos come up on Facebook, the memories and everything, and I'm just happy to be here. And thank you for having us on, Sister Cuz.
Hey, you're so welcome. I couldn't let this day go past and not celebrate with some of the contributing authors. Rashaunda, I want to talk to you more about this, but I'm gonna let you go last. But first, I have to bring up next is our sister from overseas. Do they say across the pond? Is it across the pond? Let me bring up Adeyinka Kilani.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
It's nighttime here.
I know it's nighttime. But thank you so much for coming on today. I am so thankful for you. I'm thankful for our sisterhood. Rashaunda Marie, I'm going to put you down so that way I can get Inka's full attention because we got to catch up. There we go. Inka, how has everything been going with you?
Oh my goodness. When I got the email for this tonight, I was so excited. I was like, oh, finally, because I got the reminder from Facebook. You know how they let you know this is a year old now. And I was like, oh my God, it can't be 1 year already, So when I got the email, I was like, oh, that is so good. It's a nice way to catch up and actually, get to see what everyone else has been doing. So it's been really good for me.
So good. I have two questions that I want to ask you. The first one, and I'm going to ask everybody these questions, but Inka, you've been busy. So the first thing I want to know, let's see. I got to read it verbatim because y'all know I be getting off topic now. Because I'm so excited. I really am. This is making my heart very happy. How did being part of this project impact you spiritually or in your personal growth?
Oh my goodness. I can't even quantify the way it's impacted my life, because it was kind of therapeutic for me to actually sit down to write about it. It made me reflect on my life. It made me reflect on so many things. So not only have I grown spiritually, it helped me to know the Father's love for me even deeper, Now I know that I shouldn't accept the label that is placed on me by my situation. And it was like a breakthrough for me, because I came to really know my identity in God. I was like, look, Yinka, you cannot let these things, you know, be your label. You cannot allow your diagnosis to be what you're known by. And so it really brought a release for me. It brought a release for me. And now I'm excited. Now I don't allow my diagnosis to weigh me down anymore. Even on the
Mhm.
days that I'm having a bad day, I literally tell myself, God, you're in control.
Yes.
I'm going to trust you all the way. So it's been amazing. It changed my view, made me stop feeling sorry for myself. It made me focus on God, took my eyes off my diagnosis and fix it on the Lord. And it's been amazing. I mean, I haven't had any relapse, any major relapse. And I really bless God for that.
Yes, yes. And you know what? I failed to say this. I mean, this is my excitement. So y'all charge this, and I'm not editing this. This is y'all gonna get this how it is, okay? I failed to say, Inka, your chapter is the isolated daughter. This is in the book, the isolated
Yes.
daughter. Tell us a little bit about your chapter too.
Yes. So I wrote about the lady with the issue of blood, and her name was Veronica. But throughout the time that her account was being talked about in the Bible, we all knew her as the woman with the issue of blood. Nobody really, nobody knew her by her name, or or anything that she did, or it was always that problem. That was all we knew about her. That she bled for so many years. She had expended all her money with physicians, and one of the things I realized is, because of the fact that she was bleeding, she would have been ostracized. You would have been like, you're not allowed to really mingle with the regular people anymore, because it's almost like a label on you. It's like, oh, she's coming, she's bleeding, stay away from her, stay away from her. And that's what, when you get diagnosed with a lifelong condition, that's what it feels like. It feels very lonely. It feels like, you know what? I don't even fit anywhere anymore. So even before anybody even labels you, you already have given up on yourself. You've already decided, oh, my life is such a crappy life just because I'm in pain 24/7. I don't, there's no cure, and it just changes your whole outlook to life, and you're perpetually feeling sorry for yourself. So I just wrote about, the fact that by the time she met with Christ, that was the end of the bleeding. It stopped at that point in time. And her whole story changed. Not only was she, I just kept on imagining, should have been able to actually start moving, move back home and be with her family. Should have been able to now interact with her friends. And it would have been, I mean, when you look at all the years that she was ill, oh my God, I kept on asking myself what a difference it would have made when she met with Christ. And so I use her story to tell myself, look, Inka, at every point in time in your life, you need to be holding on to Christ. I'm like, you know what? I'm actually I'm grabbing the hem of your garment every day of my life now. And it's been amazing. It's been such a beautiful journey for me.
Yes, so beautiful. I'm so thankful for your chapter. And it's also March is International Women's Day, but this is also our Warrior Month, our
Yes.
MS Awareness Month. And I'm so thankful for you previously coming on, doing an episode with me. I believe that was the first time that I
I
ever
know. Yes.
out loud, besides, close friends and family that, I also deal with a situation. So I am so thankful for our sisterhood. And I want to know, what are you up to now? I mean, because you write all the time. What's
I
going on now?
know. Do you know that after Abba's daughter, so my first solo book came out, When Your Promise Comes with a But, and there I talk about how I came to a place of acceptance of my son's autism diagnosis. And then now I am working on my second solo book project, and that one is titled Echoes of Resilience, because I want to talk about when people have a mental breakdown in a family, how you can navigate it, because my mom had it. And I'm talking from the point of view of a daughter now. you know that also, this one is even more emotional for me, because when I look at the shame attached to mental health, the stigma, it's almost heartbreaking. And so I thought, you know what, let me write about this, because it's almost like everybody pretends it's not there. but it's there, it's staring us in the face, And then, we all like to act like, oh, you know, they're sick or they have an illness in their family. But I'm like, look, we get treated for everything else. When you have a, cholesterol problem, you have high blood pressure, you have diabetes, you go to the hospital and you get treated. Why are we always making a fuss when the person is having to treat the issues of the brain? It's like any other illness. So that's why I'm writing about that, and I'm kind of hoping that because it's a very emotional one for me, it's taking me quite a while to actually sit down and put it, but I really really hope that I'm trying to aim for you know Easter time for the release. So, and then I have another anthology that I took part in, and that one is psychological incarceration, the effect of domestic abuse on women. So that is another very, very emotional one for me because it's something we don't talk about in the church. you know, People are in abusive relationships, and we're not just talking physical, we're talking emotional, we're talking, even the fact that you could actually be kept without money just because there's an argument or I just thought to myself, you know what? Let's talk about these things. Let us bring awareness to it that it's not acceptable just because you're married and you want to follow the guidelines and follow obey what the Bible says, that you it doesn't mean you need to put up with abuse. It doesn't mean that you have to live with it forever. It's okay to step aside and let everybody go and heal. If God says we're going to come back, then we will come back, but if not, nobody should die just because they're in marriage. So I talk about that, but I'm writing it in my own experience, being a daughter of somebody that had mental health breakdown. Now my mom was not physically abused, but there was a lot of emotional abuse there, and I find that it's kind of replicating in my life. So I just, it was like an eye opener for me. I was like, oh my God, you had so much hurt, you hadn't healed. I honestly, it's been an emotional journey for me. So that one actually is that's what I'm hoping will come up by Easter as well.
Ooh, too hot off the presses.
I know.
Book releases, I mean, very heavy topics too. So take your time with it. I am praying for you. I will be praying for you that
Thank
all will
you.
go well. Thank you so much for coming on. This is for you evening.
Yeah.
But
It's
before we
midnight
leave,
here. It's not even evening, it's midnight here.
it's so late. It's so late, but I appreciate you coming on. I'm going to let you say your social media information now, just in case you don't stay to the end of the broadcast. Let everybody know
Okay.
where they can connect with.
Yes. So you can connect with me on Facebook at Yinka Kilani. You can connect with me on Instagram. It's also Yinka Kilani. On LinkedIn, it's Adeyinka Kilani. And you can also, I'm on Twitter. I am on TikTok as Adeyinka Kilani. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. You over there on TikTok. Okay, Inga.
I know.
Go get your TikTok funds, okay? Well, thank you so much. God
Thank
bless
you.
and good night if you don't stay on to the end.
All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Ooh, can you? I mean, that was just the first. That was just the first contributing author. Ooh, I'm trying. This is so good. This is so good. Rashaunda Marie, let me bring you up real quick. I got one quick question. Sister Cuz, can you believe? Okay, I can't. Oh, you're a mute. Unmute yourself. You can you believe? We grandparents now, right? Because we aunties. Well, we were sisters, all sisters, and now our sisters then had a baby. Inca didn't had two babies since Abba's daughters. Can you believe it?
Listen, Yinka is a writing soul, and I'm just glad to have connected with her. Her contribution to Apple Starters was so beautiful. And I love what she said. It was a reminder to keep my eyes on the Father, and we all need that reminder.
Yes, I just had to bring you up and say that because I'm like, it's been 1 year, but other babies, because this was our baby, right? We were, there. We were saying we're midwives to our sisters. Some of them were new to writing. This was their first book. This was their first time even getting out some of the stuff that is in this book. And so I just had to bring you up and ask you that, like, can you believe now we done got some more babies from this baby? Woo! I'm just like, I'm blown away. I'm blown away. Inka's just one of the sisters that have done more since then. And I wish that we could have more ladies on here, but we'll talk a little bit about the ones who aren't here. But the next person that I want to bring up is my sister friend, LaToya, Lady LaToya Bilbo. Come on
Baby.
up.
Hey.
Hey, had to get off of mute there.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing amazing. I am doing great.
Look at my lock sister. Come
Well,
on,
happy
lock.
Come on,
anniversary.
come on, come on.
My lock sister. Now, look, I got to tell y'all. So, my brother was my first inspiration that I knew that my hair was going to lock up. First of all, I'm like, okay, I know I can lock up. But he a guy. It look a little bit different on guys. It started off a little bit different on guys. They can go through the ugly phase. But then when I saw LaToya get locked up, I said, it's time. LaToya was my inspiration. I said, that's it. I'm doing it. I'm not waiting no more. I got my hair locked up. I think it might have been it's months after LaToya did it because finally I got settled and was able to do it. But LaToya, you have been inspiring me, not just with that in life, period. And we're gonna talk about it. Rashaunda, I'm gonna bring you back down and I'm gonna get in touch, catch
Okay.
up with LaToya.
Hey, hey, hey.
Look, I mean, and this is my introvert friend, okay? She an introvert, y'all, but she right here on Light the Path all over again. And I am so godly proud of you. Let me stick to the script now. Let me get my glasses. I already did veered off. See, that's why. How did being part of this project impact you spiritually or in your personal growth?
Spiritually and in my personal growth, I have to say, after I was daughter, it just brought a connection with another group of women, a community for me that was different than what I was used to. And it also helped me to step out because my whole life shifted after I was daughter. I had a whole switch up on a lot of different things, and I had to decide to choose me during that season after we had done I was daughters. So it just encouraged me by being able to write my story, because that was when I didn't want to write. So it kind of encouraged me even the more to be able to talk about it, to be able to step out, to be able to write even more as we continued on with the rest of the year. So it increased my faith. It increased my growth as a person, as a woman, as a daughter, as a mother, all those things, all those roles we have, it just increased and intensified who I was in those different roles.
So good, so good. So let's catch up. Not that like I don't know, I know some stuff. I know some stuff, but look, this is the question. I'm sticking to the script, okay? What are you currently working on, and how has your journey evolved since being part of the anthology?
Well, since we wrote I Was Daughter, I have come up with three more books. We have Healed Out Loud Yahweh, the book and the workbook. So that's two books. And so Healed Out Loud Yahweh. And then I just finished and published, and it's been sent out the next book after that, which was my first fiction, adult fiction, Christian fiction, however you want to look at it, A Safe Place, The Journey of Phoenix. So I'm really excited about that. I've had some really good reviews. And I'm so excited. I'm ready to start on part two on that one. You'll know why if you have gotten the book and you have read it, you guys out there. You'll know why there's a part two coming. There it is right there. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Okay, so y'all, audio, y'all are missing this. A Safe Place, The Journey of Phoenix, LaToya Bilbo. I love this cover. Look at my lock sister on the back. Okay. There she go. Yes, I have thoroughly been enjoying this book thus far. My life has been full the last couple of weeks, and it has just really grounded me to sit down with book in hand to be able to flip the pages. But then I'm like, ooh, hold up. Is she talking to me? Like, is LaToya digging in my trash can? Has she talked to my therapist? I need to go find the NDA, because I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. So it's been really good. I can't wait to finish it, and I've been really just pacing myself, because I feel like once I get started, I just want to keep going. But I'm like, okay, girl, you got to go to sleep, or I got to, mosey to my next thing. So I've been really, nursing it, taking it slow, and taking it in doses. But I am thankful that I was able to get my hands on it, and I am looking forward to. We just got a little tea, because you said it's a part 2.
Wow.
That was a little. Boom. Okay, so thank you so much for telling us that, LaToya. Thank you so much for your impact. And I don't know if we said this previously before. LaToya also helped us throughout the writing process with the anthology by holding a writer's workshop that actually helped the contributing authors get their book, their chapters together, to get their thoughts together, just to sort of, some people were new to writing. So LaToya, you were very instrumental with getting the contributing authors chapters together as well by hosting that workshop. And we are so thankful for that. And we couldn't do that part without you. I mean, because we were having a lot of moving pieces by getting the anthology together. So we were very thankful for you. And I felt to say, The Redeemed Daughter. Tell us a little bit about your chapter.
The redeemed daughter, the story pretty much of Rahab. So this for me is thinking about it from the aspects of from the streets, from the sheets to the pulpit. And so just pretty much, many people when they look at Rahab or they learn it or they know the story of Rahab, they focus a lot on what they saw her doing. They focused a lot on her lifestyle and not exactly who God created her to be. So what that pulls from me to put out, to other people is to find their God-given purpose. What does God purpose them to do? And it's not just about those things that we do that are sin, those things that we do that where we fail at and where we miss the mark. But we have to understand that you're pulling purpose out of people. And as you pull that purpose, they'll become the best version of themselves. As I say, in the earth, there'll be a better version of him in the earth, because you won't focus so much on who they've been in their life journey, but who they are becoming. So, I like to say, go do, be, and become. I had to go do, be, and become. I had to live what I preach. Okay. I had to live it out. And I'm just excited about that, because I was able to step away even from that and choose myself, from my own mental health. I had to choose me in this season to be able to go do, be, and become who he's designed me to be in the earth. So, yeah.
Yes, 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 and yes. Tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
I am on Facebook as LaToya Bilbo, Instagram as LaToya Bilbo, TikTok is a Speak Life Speaker, Lady Bilbo. I am also, you can go on Linktree at LaToya Bilbo, and you can find where all my sites are, as well as my website to order my books as well. So you can also get the books on Amazon too. But if when you get it off of my website, you get a nice signed copy from me on www.ladybilbobooks.com.
Yes, I love that, LaToya. I'm so thankful. Sorry. Back to the back. There we go. All right, operator error. Yes, I'm so thankful for you. And I will put all that information in the description box, so that way people can follow as they listen to the broadcast and as people come back and listen to the replay. So LaToya, thank you so much. Thank you for all that you contributed. Let me bring my sister Cuz back on up.
Hey.
Hey, and you're back.
You're back.
Okay, so that's Inca, 2
Lady
books,
B.
Lady B, 3 books. That's 5 books that have been since Abba's Daughters. 1 year. So much can happen in 1 year.
Amen.
I'm just blown away. And that's not even going back all our other sisters that have things going on. Our dear sister Renisha, Journal to Wholeness.
Oh, I didn't bring my copy.
She has a journal that came out right now. She's currently doing a challenge, a journal prompt challenge for Women's History Month that has been so beautiful. It's having daily prompts that really engage you and make you really think about what's going on. Our sister DJ. Now I got these and I still wear these from time to time. I don't know if y'all can see them. On audio, y'all are missing these. These are bracelets that DJ made that says Abba's daughters. And whenever I'm wearing colors that coordinate with this, I wear this. And people always ask me, so what's that? What's Abba's daughters? So she's done that. And she's also doing care packages for those who are unsheltered. So I love that she's doing that. Her and her husband are doing that. They're taking donations and they're taking it out to all the places that they go as they're driving throughout the country. So that's been great. What other updates, Rashaunda, Marie, do you know of any of our other sisters?
Yes, so much. It's just, I love the sisterhood that we have built during this time, and it just blesses me every time I see an update or somebody reaches out to me with what's going on. If you got the book, chapter 1, our sister Susan, she wrote about Sarah and how she had been praying and waiting for God to give her a child, right? Her husband had a reverse vasectomy, and I am happy to report. So she had a daughter, little Miss Emma, and now
Yes.
she's expecting again because we serve a God of multiplication. Okay,
Okay.
So
Don't say
so
what our
she,
God can't do.
I'm trying to tell you. So that blessed me. So she is having another baby. And
Yes.
then I do know that Javon, she has just launched her next edition of her magazine, which is She Talks Life.
Yes.
If you got the book, go ahead and look at their bios and follow them on
Yes.
there as well. So it's just beautiful to see what God does with our obedience and
Absolutely.
how it blesses other people. So I'm just blessed to see and to have been a part of it.
Yeah, the same. And several of our sisters went from parents to grandparents. The best hood is grandparenthood, okay? I know motherhood is close up, it's a close second, but I'm telling you that grandparenthood is another hood. Is roses, is lollipop, is bubbles. So I know Lakeisha, grandma, they got the cutest outfits, okay? She got two cutie
So
pies.
baby girls are so beautiful.
Misty got a cutie pie granddaughter too. So she was also inducted into the grandparents, and then LaToya coming on up. She was up in the grandmas now too. So I'm so
Wow.
happy. Melinda coming up soon. Her daughter is expecting, so she'll be in the grandparents. Let's see. Um, Now, Danielle is doing very well. She has also launched a travel business where she is booking people for different trips. And so that is very exciting. So if you need trips, you need poetry, she's still modeling, she's doing some great things. So all our sisters are just growing, flourishing. And then Yasu, who did our four, she's doing well. She's been taking care of her youngest. Is it the youngest daughter or the middle daughter? I can't think.
It is her middle daughter.
Okay, the middle daughter. So she's been chronicling some of that through social media. So if you want to support her, then do that. And I will copy everybody's contact information that if you forgot and you love their chapter so much that you need to connect with them. So I will make sure all that is in the description. Each and every woman that is part of Abba's Daughters, how you can connect with them if they have contact information available. I will put that in this broadcast. But Rashaunda Marie, I gotta ask you. I say visionary because it was your first vision, and then you were so gracious to bring me along, put me on your back, and carry
Wow.
me to the finish line when I want to run away.
Listen, and I couldn't have did it without you.
Well, I appreciate you. Let me ask you, just like I asked the other ladies, how did being part of this project, you being a visionary for, impact you spiritually and your personal growth?
Yes. So I kind of alluded to it earlier that obedience is, that's the key to surrender and to be obedient when God leads you, when God is telling you something. As you all know, that this project was over 12 years in the making, right? So that His timing is perfect, right? Because who I was 12 years ago, I'm not the woman that I am today, right? And some of our sisters wasn't the women that they are, didn't experience and go through their testimony at that time. So just trusting His timing. And then also obedience, we are not responsible for the outcome, right? The outcome, the success is in being obedient. That's it. That's all, because you think about all these amazing women from the Bible, like they didn't know that them being obedient, that they was going to be in this book, right? They were just moving, right, and being obedient. They were surrendered, right? So that's what it continues to show me, that obedience that's the key. And God will always give you what you need to do what He called you to do. We ain't got to
Yes.
be stuck up on, I ain't got this, and that, because we've seen that through the process, right? Like every woman, like it was a testimony in itself when we think about the process of us all coming together and writing our chapter in Abba's Daughters, right? So I'm just so grateful for that. And when we grow spiritually, we grow physically, right? So that's where my growth is. Listen, swift obedience
Yes.
forever and always.
Yes. Yes. I love that. So what's new? What's been going on? What you working on?
Well, I am a business owner. I have a business called Collective Impact, and we are a project management company. So we help small businesses and nonprofit organizations plan with precision, execute their ideas with excellence, because it's not about uh, not having great ideas. A lot of people just struggle in the execution, right? And we all know that that the administrative, that's a spiritual gift. So that's how I'm using my spiritual gift to help others bring the vision that God has given them to fruition, to bring it home, like we did with Abba's Daughters, okay? Because that was a project. That was a project with 14 people. And I want to shout out Blanca. She is the graphic designer who did our cover. So Blanca was a part of that. And yes, LaToya Bilbo. And I wanted to correct you, LaToya Bilbo did 2 writing workshops to help us through this process, pouring back into us with her experience and her gifts, right? Blanca with her gifts of creativity. And then shout out to LaToya Garrett. She was our editor. She did from Queen Publishing. And again, you got the book. The information is in the front. You need a graphic designer, you need an editor. And I believe LaToya Bilbo does with her, oh my goodness.
Created by words.
Created by Words. I'm so sorry. Created by Words too.
Yep.
With her, she helps other authors to bring their words and their testimony out too. So that's what I do. Collective impact. So if you're a nonprofit leader, a business owner, and you got a project that you don't want to do all the moving parts, that's my thing. That's our jam, and we will be more than happy to serve you in that way, because what that gift, that vision that God has placed in you is needed for such a time as this. Come on, that's the chapter. For such a time as this. And when we come together, even this anthology, all of us coming together, bringing our gifts, Sister Cuz was killing it with the marketing. She's such the people person, the energy, and that was needed because it was so many moving parts, right? So we all came together to birth this baby. And like you said, we grandmothers.
It was such a beautiful process, and to me, it was just a testament to change the narrative that women can't work together. Like, oh, I don't do
Come
women. I
on.
don't.
Come
I'm
on.
telling you, this was full fledged all ladies, okay?
Come on.
And I don't, and I mean this in the most way. It was all demographics. It was all nationalities. Ika's over there in the
Time
UK.
zones.
Yeah, it was everything that you wanted. It's everything how heaven's going to look like, just like the women in the Bible, how we brought that all together. But it was just really a testament that is not true. Women, we can work together well. We're glorifying the Father as we were doing it. So that was my biggest takeaway, is the sisterhood, the bonds that we made. Maybe you connected with one person more than another, but we all made the connection because eventually we're all on the same path. And so that really just blessed my heart. I love community though. So I never say those weird things, but it just made my heart glad.
Yes. Yes. Where there is unity, there is a commanded blessing.
Amen. Amen. And God showed up and showed out per usual. So yeah, I was thankful for it. Let's see. Let's bring the ladies back up.
But what you got going on, Sister Cuz? What you
I didn't think you was gonna ask.
you poured into us. Now what you got going on?
What I have going on, since Abba's Daughters, I also published a book. And look, LaToya was my editor. And
See?
when I say this baby was what they call it when the baby feet first?
Breached.
This baby was breech. Okay? This baby was breech. LaToya had to turn this thing around. Woo, God. And that's all I'm going to say about the testimony, because the book is out. I co-authored it with a gentleman. So this time I went with a guy who is also a life coach. And so the name of that one is It's Your P, the letter P, in the dating pool. So it was our different perspectives coming from our life coaching aspect. Me being an accountability coach, like, it's your P. Like, you got to take accountability for your own personal preferences, your own pet peeves, your own perfection, all those things in order to get back there in the dating pool. And then he came from a self-love aspect. He's a self-love and relationship coach. So it was very interesting to work with a guy on that level. But LaToya was very instrumental in turning that breech baby around so we can go ahead and push it on out. Like, it was laborious, but I am thankful for all the lessons that came along with it. And I am I'm truly grateful for the experience. And what I'm working on now is, I initially said that I was going to come out with my own fiction book this year. However, God was just leading me to postpone it of sorts, but just to tweak it, not perfect it, but to tweak it to the way I wanted to. I missed like 2 or 3 deadlines personally because life was being full. And so when I got back home and got settled, the Lord just said, you know what, take your time with this. There's no rush, but don't sit on it. But, take your time and get it the way you want it, and release it the day that you want to. So I got that grace from God, and that's what I'm working on. So not this year, but possibly this time, March 2026, I'll have my own personal book out there, fiction. Now, I ain't gonna say it's Christian. I'm a Christian, but I'm saying it ain't no scriptures and stuff in it. It's, it might, you can still read it, but it's not hardly no scriptures in it.
I can't wait to read it. I can't wait to get it in my hands. And
Well, I am
I'm
super
just
excited also. I appreciate you asking me that, because I tell, like, I be trying to, like, oh, let me get the mic. Oh, I need to pass the mic to my sister. So thank you for that. I'm going to bring everybody up. Inka, are you still with us? Let's see. Rashaunda, I don't think you told us before we bring everybody back up, you did not tell us about your chapter, and then two, where we can find you on social media to be able to get with Collective Impact.
Yes. So my chapter is called The Fulfilled Daughter. I wrote about Leah. So my chapter is for the women who um, are in the cycles of generational patterns in their life, right? So if you're that generational curse breaker, right, you've seen all of these things happen from generation to generation, but the Lord is pulling in on you for a different direction. Listen, He can do amazing things with you now. It's not pretty. It's not easy. You think about Leah, her life was not pretty. It was not easy. She was compared to her sister, disliked by her husband, and, just rejected by her father. So my chapter is for anyone who resonates with rejection. Now, rejection can come in a lot of different ways, right? But there's generational cycle. So we see it from Jacob and Leah and her family line, and then from their parents with Isaac and Rebecca and Laban, and just showing the generational pattern and how that affected them along the way, and how God can make it beautiful. That's why it's called The Fulfilled Daughter. It's not easy, it's not pretty, but to find that fulfillment in your love for God, who God says that you are. And God did wonderful things through Leah. Leah birthed 8 of the 12 tribes of Israel, right? So His providence, He makes everything work for good. It may not be pretty, but it will be beautiful for generations to come when you are that cycle breaker. So if you are that cycle breaker in your family, chapter 4, The Fulfilled Daughter, all about Leah, is all for you. And then for Collective Impact, see, I know that when we work together, we can do great things, right? So hence the name Collective Impact, right? So you can find us on Instagram and on Facebook at Collective Impact. It's a C and an I, yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. You can't miss it, right? And then if you have a project that you
Yes, thank you so much for that, Rashaunda. I will make sure to put all that information in the description box. You're breaking up just a little bit. I am going to bring everybody up. I mean, I know y'all thoroughly enjoyed this. I hope and pray you did. I hope and pray that you get the book. If you don't have the book, I know that you will enjoy this broadcast so much, and just as much as we enjoy putting this together. I'm going to bring everybody up. Let's see. Rashaunda, can you hear me? Rashaunda, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, okay. All right. It was a little pause. It was a little delay. LaToya, can you hear me? I just want us to just take a few seconds and you can unmute yourself. I'm not going to bring Inka up. Inka is probably in bed. It's getting late. It's late. It's at the midnight over there. I just want us to, sorry. Sorry, YouTube. Okay. I just want us to take a moment to praise God. Thank God for Abba's daughter. If that's a hand clap, is that a praise? Is that a woo, 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 woo? Yes.
Anniversary.
Yes.
Yay.
Hey,
Yes.
hey, hey.
Yay. So good. So thankful for each and every one of you. Thank you so much for staying tuned with us. Stay connected to all the Abba's daughters. And we love you. Thank you for your support. Until the next time, good night.
Good night.